Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer. And a beautiful morning it is. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You stepped into the hottest spot in town. This is Sunshine's Corner. It is Wednesday. It is hump day. You know what I tell you, it's all downhill from here in. And as a matter of fact, this weekend is what? You've got Valentine's coming up on Friday. Is it love that you feel? But listen, welcome in, because this is the place where you can be a part of the conversation, the place where you can talk about those difficult conversations and feel comfortable doing it. But firstly, let me say, as I start off every day, I want to thank those who have jumped on to be a part of, because we are in the midst of celebrating Black History Month. And I tell you this every day, we don't need your permission to celebrate Black History, because we are Black History every single day. I want to thank our sponsors. That would be Mr. Wings Chicken and Waffles. We've got Joe Morrison's Son Funeral Home, Democratic, the Escambia County Democratic Party. We've got AHW Barber Academy, Wildcat Soaps and Candles, and Supplemental Health Care. Thank you for being a part of the hottest show that is on the Gulf Coast. And today is not going to be any different. I went back and I tried to get him before, then I tried again. I said, I never ever give up when it's something I know that the community needs to talk about. We've got a friend of mine that I've known for quite some time now, for many years after I've been here in Florida. Mr. Cadillac Banks, he's in with me today. He is the producer, the originator, the promoter, the everything for the jazz festival that comes into Pensacola every single year. Good morning, Cadillac.
Good morning, Sunshine. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
That was a good introduction.
Look,
I like
and
that.
I still missed some things, though.
You missed a whole lot of things.
But thank you for coming in with me, because we're up now. This is year number 9 for the jazz.
That is correct. That's
for the jazz, but I got to go back a little bit further. You know what? I said I had to have you in February, because with you being a Black man, and I think that I've watched you progress this show over a number of years. I mean, I've seen you overcome obstacles. I've seen you continue to fight for what's right, so that you can continue to bring something in for our community that has really transgressed and transpired over all genres that happens every year here downtown Pensacola.
That is correct.
That
is correct.
And let's go back to Cadillac. I want to ask you this.
Okay.
What is it? I know that you love music. You love giving back. But to inspire you to go back to the beginning of time, what is it that gave you that, just let me do this? What made you think about it?
To be honest about it, I had never actually been to a festival in my life. And my wife took me to, God bless the dead.
That's my sister.
Yeah, took me to the Spring Fling in Mobile.
Did you really?
That was my first experience. And I seen all them people.
And that's all it took.
And that was, and I thought about Pensacola. I said, why we don't have something like that in Pensacola? So it's like, okay, can you do this? Little voice in my head, of course you can do it. And that's really how I started. And so my first venture, if you can recall, was a blues artist, if I'm getting it right. Yep. I think that was in 07. And we did that show right down the street at this Grotto Hall.
Right over there off by Corrine Jones.
I got 20 people to come, right? But all 20 of us had a good time, right?
Exactly.
I mean, it was, paid the artist, it was good. And that next one, what you know about, and when Urban Mystic was hot. I
love him to this day.
And we packed that one out.
Yes,
and then after that, it was just on and on and on and on. And it seemed like I felt that I had a gift for it. I mean, God had gave me a gift to do it. And then my community, looking back at my community, because we wasn't having anything in Pensacola.
Sure didn't. And you know what I think I want to say to you that I really, really appreciate? There's some time when, like you said, when you had Lacey, 20 people showed up, but still had a good time. That would have given a person a chance to say, I'm not going to mess with it. I'm not going to do it anymore. But you saw ahead. Well, your vision brought it in.
Being a promoter is a whole different animal. This is not for everybody.
You got that right.
I can honestly tell you that. I mean, you can risk your money out there, and then it falls, and you have no way to get back. Then it's over for you.
Exactly.
Then you discouraged. You ain't gonna put no more money at it. But you have to look at a bigger picture.
Exactly.
You're not gonna win all the time in this business, okay?
Exactly.
So, and you need to know that going into it. But you still have to have faith. You have to trust in your beliefs.
Exactly.
And have that faith and continue on. And my inspiration coming up into this, I had a lot of people who pulled me up with this. You know, I had the people like the Luma Mays, I had the Sue Strongs, Steve Barris, David Bears, all these people kind of stuck with me.
Exactly.
You know, okay. Now I had some opposition to it.
Of course,
and of course you're gonna have that, because the people that opposed it didn't really understand it. So now where we're at now, Pensacola has one of the best smooth jazz festivals in the country. I think we are like number 5.
Oh, really?
We have a 4.5 star rating with Ticketmaster.
Okay.
Last year we did $1.9 million in economic impact for Escambia County.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
According to the survey.
Right.
So this thing has took on a life of its own. People come in from overseas and all over the continental U.S. We bring in the top national jazz artists, and our prices are reasonable. Another thing, what started the jazz, if you really want to know the truth, because you know I was doing that R&B on the beach with Fantasia. One of my best friends is Keith Sweat manager, Ron Pogue. That's a real good friend of mine. That's one of my best friends, and that's how I met him, through Keith Sweat and all that. But that was on the beach. Remember that?
Oh, God, do I.
Then we came to the Civics. We went on the fairground one time.
I remember
and
that.
We got rained out.
I remember that.
Had to reschedule that thing and brought it to the Bay Center.
Brought it to the Bay Center.
Okay. So you've been with me on that. You know, I done did the Gladys. Remember, I had Gladys Knight, the Whispers, Stephanie Mills, Jeffrey Osborne. I mean, the list go on and on for R&B.
Exactly.
But what happened with what made me cross over to jazz seemed like I just couldn't get enough support for R&B. Okay. So I used to go down to Panama City. That's where they have that big jazz Seabreeze. Okay. And I got down there, it's like I seen all these cars with these different tags from all over the country. Well, all these people come. Okay, why we can't do that in Pensacola? And a lot of Pensacolians was there.
At that thing.
So our bed tax dollars was going to Panama City.
Exactly. And when it needs to stay here.
When it needs to stay here. All those people traveling to Panama City, why can't I figure out a way to get them to Pensacola?
Absolutely.
And that's when we started with One Day of Jazz.
I remember
at
that.
the Maritime Park. One day.
I remember that.
We did one day for about 3 years. Then we went to 2. Now we at 3. So now we have a whole lot of people that come and spend their dollars here in Escambia County. That was the whole purpose. When I got a clear understanding of what the Tourist Development Council was, what the TDC tax dollars was for, that was meant to be used to put heads in beds, okay?
Exactly.
To bring people to your county.
Exactly.
Every county has a Tourist Development Council.
Most certainly.
Okay? So, why not use some of these TDC tax dollars, which you're going to replenish the pot by bringing all these people shopping in these grocery stores, going to the mall, all these restaurants, filling up all these hotels. And that's what it has come to.
You
people like I say, the people like the Sue Strongs, the Luma May, the Steve Barris, you know, of the world, the people who actually had my back, when I first started.
Cadillac. Hold up. You may name up all these people.
And you, Sonshine.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the person who had the vision. You can always have a person, hear what I'm going. I hear that, and it's okay to give people their accolades. True enough. But if you had not had the vision,
then we wouldn't be having this conversation.
They would not have this conversation.
That is correct.
It is always good. Now, I agree, because we do things around that way. But the fact of it is, when Josie took you over to Mobile to Spring Fling, and you saw that, there was something that went into you that said, okay, can we do this at home? You look around, you see all these people from Pensacola over there. It was Cadillac who had the vision.
Yeah.
And even when Cadillac went out there with the things that were there, even with the obstacles, a good friend of mine from Alabama who did the same thing, he said like this, okay, but it didn't stop. If at first you don't succeed, you don't give up, you keep trying again. And another reason why I want to have you in here on February, because with it being Black History Month, the show, how much the value that the Black community brings to the forefront with the dollars that I can show you, the trillions that we bring, that we spend.
Our richness is beyond imagination.
It's beyond. When I found out the trillions.
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there. And if you could bring all that, just think if you could bring all that money together.
Exactly.
before you bring all that money together, if we can bring all of us together.
Come on, talk to me.
And once you bring all of us together and bring all the money together, and then the young people that's over there, maybe we can bring them into the fold.
Thank you, to teach them a better way.
Teach them a better way instead of all those other ways that they think is the way to the sky.
That's right.
You understand what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And it's not. It's
Exactly.
not for them.
Exactly.
They don't understand. They living now off of what was done back in the day.
Exactly.
It has not always been this way.
No, it has not.
And we still got a long ways to go. So we have not arrived. If people think that
we're
we
a
are
long way
there,
from there.
we are a long ways. Matter of fact, if you ain't careful, you'll be back there.
And I ain't going
But
back.
don't let me get started here.
Look, me and you both.
But
I gotta say this too. When I saw Kendrick Lamar, if you all did not see that halftime show, the message that he had in that show,
yes,
was mind blowing.
Yeah, all they need to do is go back and read the lyrics.
That's all they got to do. And look at what the picture that was painted before millions of people.
Yes.
He spoke loudly. Yes. And I say that to bring that back to even with you, with what you're doing, I have to say that you stuck it out. You did it. You stuck behind it because it was something that you believed in. Yes. And rest my sister's soul, she was right there with you.
Yes, she was. She was.
She was right there with
you. It's, like I say from the beginning, you have to love this business. Mm-hmm. And again, I say it is not for everybody.
That's right.
There's a lot of trying times. There's a lot of times that there have been times, Sonshine, is like, man, I just can't get started.
Right.
It's nothing discouraging me from doing it. It's just that you do it so much. It takes a whole. I work on it for a whole year.
Of course.
Say we finish in September.
You already
By December, I'm back at it again. Mm-hmm. So it's not like I'm going on vacation somewhere for a couple of months and then come back, because it's always in my mind. Even when I'm sleeping, it's just don't never go away.
Absolutely.
So I'm thinking that you got to take a break from it. You got to take a break from it. Then my major concern is who you going to turn this over to.
Oh.
When it's time to let it go.
Your sons?
Well, I have come to that conclusion. I love my kids, trust me, but you got to have this in your spirit.
Right, and they don't have that love for it as you do.
And you can't make your kids love something
that you
because you love it.
Exactly.
They got their own life they want to live.
Exactly.
This is a hard job. You understand me? You really need to know how to run your mouth. Mm-hmm. You need how to deal with these booking agencies, because if you don't, they'll just run all over you. There's a lot of sharks out there in this game. Okay, so you need to know what is what. You remember that time when I was managing Elder Boards? Remember that? You just got to know how to deal with the people that's in this game.
That's right.
And that's why I say it's not for everybody. You could lose your life savings thinking that you could do a show and you're going to get rich off of it.
Wrong answer.
No, that is not how this works.
Exactly.
And this has been built.
The foundation is there.
This is built now. So,
exactly.
I mean, if I don't do nothing, if I don't run no advertisement on TV, if I don't run no radio, if I don't do any of that, they already coming.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because over the years, I have built it. It's just like the kickoff party. I do that.
Hold that right there. We're going to go to break and we're going to talk about the kickoff part when we come back.
Okay.
Now, when he said that he likes to talk, can't you tell? He loves what he's doing. Today's Wednesday, everybody. You're tuned into Sunshine's Corner. And, of course, we keep you informed and entertained on what's happening right here at home. It is Black History Month, and I want to say he has a history with what he has done to bring it to the fruition to where it is today. And we compliment him. We give him his flowers now. And thank you for being part of the most informative talk show right here. Sunshine's Corner. We'll be back with more.
Good day, Pensacola. Welcome to a new segment on health and wellness sponsored by Baptist Healthcare in partnership with Sunshine's Corner. Every first Wednesday of the month during Sunshine's telecast, we're going to be bringing you information about health and wellness and ways to make sure we're improving the quality of your health care here in Pensacola. After all, we want to ensure that you're going to the right place at the right time and for the right reason, and that you don't feel alone. Can't wait to see you.
Do you have a house that you want to turn into cash? I'm Mike with Mullet Man Buys Houses from Pensacola, Florida. Maybe you inherited a house, are facing foreclosure, have tenant issues, or the house is in general disrepair. I buy houses cash, in as-is condition, and close in as little as 3 weeks. I can provide you a competitive offer the same day I walk through your house. With Mullet Man Buys Houses, you can find the easy solution to put cash in your hand as quickly as possible.
Many who consider facial plastic surgery are concerned their results will look unnatural. But with over 20 years of serving the Pensacola community, his thousands of satisfied patients have made Dr. Derek Jones a trusted reconstructive and facial plastic surgeon known for industry-leading results that look natural. Call 850-484-FACE to schedule a consultation at one of our locations in Pensacola and Gulf Breeze.
I'm Dr. Derek Jones. Trust your face to a facial plastic surgeon.
At Pensacola Habitat for Humanity, we believe every child should have a safe place to grow. That's why we work with you and the community to build not just a house, but a home.
She worked very hard to get this house. I really appreciate that because, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here right now.
When you help build a home, you build a future. Pensacola Habitat for Humanity.
And welcome back to Sunshine's Corner. On this Wednesday edition, we're talking with the man, Mr. Cadillac Banks. He is the man who created from scratch, should I say, the largest festival that's experienced here every year on the Gulf Coast. Right here on the Panhandle, right downtown Pensacola at Maritime Park. Right there, what I love about it, guys, it's on the water. Can you imagine that? When you got all that music and it bounce off that water and everybody's sitting out on their blankets and they've got their Kool-Aid and, and their iced tea.
Yeah. And they Kool-Aid.
And that Kool-Aid, yeah. But that Kool-Aid, yeah.
That Kool-Aid, baby. They love that Kool-Aid.
But Cadillac, I tell you, we were talking about the fact that how you have, I can't even think of the words. I can remember back, even with I gotta say this to you, and I wanna say this to your face. Even back to, let's go back to Fantasia, then I'm gonna skip up. That show, when I go back and I go to your website and I go to your page sometime and I look and I see where you have the memories, that beach was covered. It was covered. But then I come back and I look at the things where you have it downtown and I look at the progression of it for what you have posted. Right. It's covered. But I want to say this. 3 years ago, when you came up and said, well, Sonshine, remember that you covered, I think I'm going to do Jeffrey Osborne. Lord have mercy, Jesus.
That was year before last.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Going into the third year this year.
Yeah.
But check this out. Jeffrey Osborne, After 7. Then you say, well, I think I'm going to add, what do you think if I add this person confunction? I said, the real confunction, the real confunction.
The real confunction.
Then you put confunction on there. I was like, oh my goodness. I have been in this business for 37 years.
Wow.
To hang and to see Jeffrey Osborne at 75 when he was on that stage, moving and jumping and dancing and didn't miss a lick on the lyrics. I gotta tell you, that show is one to be remembered right here in Pensacola that you brought for our community and you put it there at the Bay Center.
Yes, yes.
I want you to know that was a fantastic show. Then to think, guys, I never thought I'd be sitting there talking with Jeffrey Osborne. I walked past the door, he goes, oh, I recognize that voice. Because we had talked, oh my goodness.
Yes.
I was geeking up like crazy because of that. Yes. But I want to say to you, there are so many people to this day. Is Cadillac going to do one like that again?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know. That was a show.
And it's a reason for that. It's the market.
Right.
Okay. Like I said, as long as I've been in this business, a lot of things I didn't know. There's a lot of things that I have learned. I got friends, like I said, I got a partner of mine in Atlanta, that's been in it a long time, and he's much older than me. And he gives me a lot of advice. That's my buddy Ron Polk. Okay? Right. And looking back at it, I would love to do Jeffrey Osborne again.
God, he was good.
But to be honest about it, that particular show, Jeffrey Osborne, After 7, and a Confunction. And I added Confunction because at that particular time, Confunction had come alive again because of Bruno Mars and that song called Love Train.
Yes.
So, but when I seen the video of Confunction and the way Michael Cooper sound at that age.
God.
I just couldn't believe it. So I said, yeah, this gonna be
He
good.
still sounds the same.
But to tell the truth about the whole thing, I lost money on that show. Okay. Because enough people, it looked like the place was packed. And you know, the Bay Center's a 10,000 seater.
Exactly.
So I didn't make money off it. I actually lost money on
Okay,
on
because
that
of the
particular-
participation that we
I
needed.
lost money when I did Stephanie Mills and the Whispers. I lost money on that. Those high-end tickets, artists, and when you put your money out there for those high-end artists, and then the people don't turn out.
Right.
And then people always ask me, well, when you gonna do another show? When you gonna do another show? Well, it's this market. This is not the best market, okay? People go to Mobile.
For R&B.
For R&B. People go to Mobile. Mobile, I think, is the second largest city in Alabama. So people will travel to Mobile. But why we don't get a lot of shows in Pensacola? Because there's a formula to this. Promoters can look on a site and it actually tell you what a show have grossed in certain areas.
Right.
So that's why I try to encourage, man, buy the tickets.
Yes.
Because other promoters are looking at this.
Of course.
And before they make a financial decision, whether they want to invest their money in a city that they never been to, and whether this thing gonna do good or whether this thing gonna do bad. So over the years, you go down and you look at all these different shows that's been here and has not produced what they needed to produce for as ticket sales are concerned.
Right.
Then that makes other promoters throughout the country not want to come here.
Really?
Yes. So, but I still always take a risk on my hometown. This is my home.
Of course.
You know, and I figure if I don't do it, ain't nobody else gonna do it. And so hopefully I think that maybe sooner or later people will get on board with it and see that, well, let's go to Cadillac show.
Exactly.
And it ain't really my show.
I got you. But
It's
you're the
the
one
public
behind.
show.
Right. I
You
got
understand
you.
what? Don't look at the person that's doing the show, because I'm gonna give you a good show regardless of what I do.
Right.
My shows are first class.
Right.
You know, and I can knock on wood and say, Lord, thank you for giving me that vision. But go to those shows.
Exactly.
Because other promoters throughout the country are looking on the scan, looking at how many tickets sold.
And they'll overlook this area.
And they'll overlook this. I was trying to get October London. And I still might be able to get it.
Really?
Well,
For when?
I just can't tell you that right now.
Come on,
I
whisper
got to
in
go
my
back
ear.
and talk to management about that. He's on tour. And when I was trying to get him, I couldn't get it routed. Sometimes you can get those shows routed.
I understand that part.
But I'm not going to give up on October London.
He's good. I think he's a reincarnation of Marvin Gaye.
He is, and I got a direct contact with his manager.
Okay.
Okay. Even though he's under Snoop Dogg label.
Right.
So it would have been nice to try to have him on a balance time or something like that.
Oh my Lord.
You know what I'm saying? But that is not gonna happen. So I might try this one more time.
Did y'all hear that?
Maybe,
he said he may try it one more, but it's going to depend on you if you go out and purchase your tickets to get there so he can continue to do it.
I might try to do one last R&B show.
Okay.
You know, and the numbers for R&B artists is extremely high.
Oh, you telling me? I know that part now.
You know, back in the day when you could get Charlie Wilson for $40,000 or $45,000,
Not now.
them days gone.
Exactly.
You can't get Keith to come in for no $35,000 or $40,000. Them days are gone. Everything is six figures almost now with every R&B artist. Those numbers are up there. So when you start talking 100,000 or better,
I know.
in order to bring an artist to a town that might not turn out, and that's just for the artist. You're not looking at hotel accommodation, ground transportation,
Exactly.
catering,
Exactly.
lights, sound,
It's a lot that go behind
backline, riggers, security. It's a whole lot go behind this game that people don't have a clue.
Absolutely.
So you looking at a show, you might be $250,000 in that show, right? When you look at the ticket sales, you start crying, you know, because once you release that bullet, there's no way to get that money back. It's gone.
I got you.
You see, so those are high risk factors that people don't know anything about that a promoter has to take in order to bring a show. And if you ain't got nobody backing behind you,
Right, you coming out your pocket.
then you coming out your pocket, or you know, and then if you lose that money and can't get back, then what's gonna happen?
Come on, I hear you.
You know, so and like I say, it's just a tough game. I mean, and you got to be very selective about who you bring, who you gonna book for a city, for a market that that you don't know, you rolling the dice on.
Now, with the love that you have for it, what is it that causes you to, when you know all the the background of it, what it takes for these shows to be successful, it's got to be a deep love on the inside for you to continue to step out on faith.
Well, what
to
it
do
is,
this every year.
what it is, I was gonna quit one time, and it's like this spirit said, "I gave you this vision. I'll let you know when it's time to quit."
Come on now.
That's what God said to me.
I hear you.
So I just can't quit because Cadillac want to quit. Until I get it in my head, okay, you can let it go now.
I got you. That's
You
a
know.
good thing though, because I have to give you credit. You do well. Now coming up this year, now every year there is something called a pre-party, a white party.
Yes. Well, it was all white last year because it was in the wintertime. So everybody had on their little, all white is not white. Okay?
Right.
And
Wait.
everybody.
Wait
a minute, you want to hear something really
Wait a
funny?
minute. I got something to tell you too. Go ahead. Wait a minute now.
I had this guy in Oregon. He calls me. And he say, "Well, are you prejudiced?" Wait a minute. I said, "Well, no." I said, "Why you ask me that?" "Well, why you having an all-white party?" I say, "Sir,
Those are
black
clothing.
folks come too, but it's the clothing that you wear." He said, "Oh my God, I apologize. I am so sorry."
And let me tell you, there was a young lady that used to work with me. And remember when I had the all-white party on the boat
Yeah,
downtown?
I remember that. I remember
okay,
that.
so anyway, I said, "Oh, I think I'm going to have an all-white party. It's going to be an all-white party." She said, "Sunshine, you can't do that. Why not? Why you talking about you don't want black people to come to your party?"
That's saying that like this other guy, yeah.
I said, "No, I'm talking clothing." but it's something else. But the fact of it is, you've got this white party coming up, and it's going to be what, in September this year?
It's September the 18th.
Okay.
And we have a great jazz artists, 3 jazz performing artists on that ticket. Blake Arrington, Jeanette Harris, and Brian Simpson.
Mm-hmm.
And every year it sells out. I mean, it's packed. It is a beautiful party. I mean, if you see how them people be partying up in that Corrine Jones Resource Center, and it's a lot of work go into that.
Of course.
And then you got to think about the other 3 days that you have to do. So it's something that people look forward to. I can't stop doing the all-white party.
That's right.
The all-white party. It might be a black party one year. It just all depends on what the season is.
And we're not talking about just black people.
No. Listen, this old school guy, he's white from Dallas. His wife is black. Pop is the cleanest thing I ever seen. He about 80 years old.
Come on now.
You need to see him out there doing his swing dance, his little 2 steps. And he don't miss.
Get out of here.
Every year.
That's what I'm talking about.
Every year. And they come all the way from Houston, just to attend this thing. I mean, I tell you, we get people from New York, Miami, Los Angeles, all the way up in Seattle, Washington, North Dakota, South Dakota.
Yeah.
I hadn't had anybody from Alaska yet.
But they're coming, right?
Yeah, but they're coming because it is growing so fast every year. And another problem we might be running into, there's only limited space at the Maritime Park. Okay, so where else can you go with this thing in Pensacola?
Oh, well, I didn't know that outside that you had it. It was limited.
It's big, but you got to understand, people are dropping off from other festivals to come to Pensacola now.
Okay.
Because it's done spread it, they are hearing about it. It's branded,
right?
So people hearing about Pensacola. Well, where's Pensacola? I ain't never heard no Pensacola until they get here and see it. And the ambiance, what's driving this thing is so good is that Maritime Park, because you don't know what's back there until you turn that corner by the restroom and look down up in that valley over that water.
And water, it's so beautiful.
And that has blown people away. I was trying to get the yacht club, and they might do it, to bring all their yachts and sailboats parked out there behind it.
Oh, that would be a beautiful scenery.
See, because it's the draw that we're looking for.
Right.
When people out of town see this, what they gonna do? They gonna come back.
Of course.
So I need to get everybody on board to participate in this thing, which will benefit Iskami County and the city of Pensacola.
Exactly.
That's all I'm trying to do. That's my goal. My goal is to end up with the hottest jazz festival in America. Okay. Then I can quit. That's my goal. That's my goal.
Cadillac ain't gonna quit.
To drive that economic impact to $4 or $5 million
the economic
a
value
year.
And equity that we're looking for that you're doing. I think that's great.
That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do, because don't nobody really. People across America might not know about us. I know you have these ads running in different states about come to the beach. It's more to Pensacola than the beach, baby.
Amen. I'm here to tell you.
You understand what I'm saying? Look at our Black Historic District. Look at Belmont and Villa. Look at all these other places that we have in Pensacola that people don't know about that they can visit and come to.
Exactly.
So I figure if I can pull them in here, because music is the key of love. Everybody, every race like music.
Everybody.
When you at that jazz festival out there with your coolers and your little sippy and your Kool-Aid, and you sitting there and you sitting next to somebody that you don't even know, and y'all become friends and talking about how such a great time. They all out there line dancing, and you just have to see it and experience those vibes.
Exactly.
And once
Hold
you
up,
do
Cadillac. We got to go to break, okay? See,
let's
I can
ride
see
out.
it. Look at it. He gets so excited. You see it in his eyes. But listen, everybody, if you would like to be a part, call us up at 850-432-7768. You can call or text and talk to Cadillac. Give him his props now, because there's a lot of work go behind this. Or if you're just sitting there taking notes, but still, I'd say call us up and talk about it. We're going to talk to you more about what's coming up this year, September, right here on Sunshine's Corner.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Messick Insurance Agency in Pensacola if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Keep going, more. No, stop!
There are many reasons someone may need in-home care, whether it may be respite care, them recovering from surgery, or having a chronic condition. Having someone dedicated and reliable is imperative. Supplemental Support Care Services was created to provide to those who are in need with quality care that they deserve in the home. Taking it a step further, our main goal is to ensure that Supplemental Support Care Services is where the love and care is top priority.
I'm Emily Echeverria, Marketing Communications Director for Council on Aging of West Florida and the host of Coming of Age. Watch our show to find out what we're doing for our seniors and their families, and hear from area experts and local business owners about their programs and services. Want to help? Find out how you can work with us to bring a better future to our seniors. Watch Coming of Age, 3:30 p.m. Wednesdays, only on Blab TV.
Early in life, Tony found a love for craftsmanship through building furniture. Growing up in cabinet shops, he was drawn towards custom cabinetry, designing, and creating new and functional spaces. And to be able to share that passion with his clients, helping them turn their ideas into something special, making sure you get more for your investment.
Every kitchen and bath starts with your unique vision. I just bring it to life.
Master-built cabinets, beautifully handcrafted and customer designed.
And welcome back to Sunshine's Corner. And I've got to say again, I want to thank all of our fine sponsors that are with us for Black History Month. I appreciate the fact that you're standing out with us. We're talking about AHW Barber Academy. We're talking about Wildcat Soap and Candles. They're in Daphne, Alabama. Thank you so very much. As well as the Escambia County Democratic Party. Thank you so very much. Supplemental Health Care, my girl Gabrielle. Thank you for doing what you do. And so many others that just know that what we're doing is trying to keep that dream alive. Everybody that you see on the screen now, my friend David Hawkins there, Joe Morrison's son. Thank you, David. We appreciate you walking with us, because I do believe now that such a time as it is, that I'm as real as possible, that today is the time that we have really got to learn to stick together. We got to go back and work together, uplift each other, support the things that we do. Also to see that that change that we need is so necessary, and that's a fact. And I know that's a fact. Cadillac been doing this for a while, and I have to say, kudos to you, buddy. But it's kudos to you. Now let's talk about, okay, I also see that you use, even with some of your band members and stuff, like you have a lot of people that you use, that you support from right here in Pensacola.
Well, you know, one of my band director here in Pensacola, and I call him my band director, Gino Rosario.
Right.
I call Gino, listen, this is what I got going on. He'll say, I got you. And once he say that, I don't have to worry about it. So, and a lot of the artists will use Gino. They'll use one of the other guys that be with Gino is Chris Snowden.
Right, Chris.
You know, Chris traveled all over the country with some of these top artists, jazz, R&B. You know, he's young, but he's a great bass player. But Gino is the one who actually, if we like the All White Party, those artists, they would be using Gino.
Exactly. We got people want to talk to you, Cadillac. See? La la la.
Okay. All right.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonshine. Good morning, Cadillac.
Good
How are
morning.
you
Good
doing
morning.
today?
We're doing
good.
great.
I'm good.
I am enjoying the show for the history that Cadillac has brought to Pensacola and his contribution that he has done to his home city. And I just wanted to ask you, Cadillac, do you ever have any space or have thought about even incorporating like the vendors? Like we have a lot of black vendors in Pensacola, and there's a lot of vendors just in general. That way, then they can also support those small black businesses in the area as well.
That's a good question. The person that actually handles the vending process for me, her name is Ernestine Dunklin.
Mm-hmm.
You can reach Ernestine at 850-281-8390. She handles all vendors. Any vendors in Pensacola want to be a part of the Jazz Festival, they're more than welcome to contact Ernestine, and she'll send them a vendor's form so that they can become
reserve
a vendor.
that spot. Yeah.
Reserve that spot, because we have vendors coming from Panama City, Atlanta, all over the country that are vendors at this Jazz Festival.
Exactly.
So again, call Miss Ernestine, and she could give you all the information you need regarding being a vendor.
All right. Well, all right then, Jessica. You might want to be there too, okay?
Okay.
All right then.
Thank you.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great day.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye. We got another caller. So we're going to go on to the next line. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Hey, Queen. It's Hazem. How you doing?
Hey, Hazem, how are you?
Fine. Yeah, I was going to ask Cadillac a question. You know, he thinks big. You know, and I wanted to ask him, what is it in his life, going back into his youth and so forth, that has encouraged him to think so big and have so much confidence? You know, I'd just be curious to know.
Well, to go back to my youth, it's going to be a short and quick answer to that question. In my youth, I was a bad boy.
Okay.
Okay. I was doing things that I really didn't have no business doing.
Right.
Okay. To be honest about it, I'd have been to prison twice.
Okay.
Okay. I'd have been on crack cocaine, strung out on drugs.
Ooh, God is good.
Well, listen what I'm finna tell you. And that's why I don't want people to give me no accolades. If you gonna praise anybody, don't praise me. I'm just a vessel that's being used. You need to understand, this mission is bigger than me. This ain't got nothing to do with me.
Come on.
And most people don't understand that. The life I lived prior to this.
He got another question for you. Hold on.
Okay, go on.
Go ahead, Hazem.
So Cadillac, were there like people or individuals that you came in contact with that helped to develop you as the confident, big thinking person that you are?
No, what happened, like I said earlier, when I first went to that thing in Mobile, that jazz festival in Mobile, that art blues festival in Mobile, something just came over me. And I knew that it was something that I wanted to do, not knowing anything about how I was going to even start this. That's what's really amazing. That's why I know it's a God thing, because I didn't have a clue. I didn't know anything about how to produce a show, what it cost. So what I started doing was just trying to hang out, try to work my way backstage to try to figure this and figure that out. And as I was doing all that, I would never forget, I eased backstage at the Spring Fling one time, met Bobby Brown's father.
Right.
And they say I was clean as a whistle. But Bobby and Bobby Brown.
Okay, well,
yeah.
I'll tell you what, brother, you are setting a good example too, you know, because we as adults, you know, we have to do that. We have to set patterns for the young people coming up behind us. I mean,
right.
And those, you know, we say we're entrepreneurs and different people like that, and then the young people too, to let them know that you don't have to sit around and wait on somebody to give you something.
Come on now.
You can do like Cadillac, and you can think big, and you can get that confidence and just keep the faith and and like he said, look and see what other folks are doing.
That's right.
Yes.
And you will get the inspiration, and you will get that motivation.
And I don't mind telling anybody, especially young people, and that's really one of my main concerns is the young people because of what's going on in the country regarding our young people. And my main concern, I am so worried about them because sooner or later I'm gonna be gone. We gonna all be gone. Who gonna carry this thing on? Who's gonna lift up us? It's like because we don't have any leaders anymore. There's no more Dr. Martin Luther Kings, no Malcolm X. All of people are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And these young people is on a whole totally different vision. They killing up each other. It ain't nobody. The mom and dad is scared of their own children. So, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Somebody need to ask that question. What's gonna happen to our race?
Yeah.
If we keep going this way.
You're setting a good example for all of us, for the young as well as the older, in that you can do things. You don't have to sit around and you don't have to go break the law, or do anything like this, or say, well, because I don't have a job, I got to go and sell drugs or whatever. You can look at Cadillac and you can see that what is we are capable of.
That's right.
And so that's what I appreciate you for that, brother. I really do.
Well, thank you.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Hazem.
Yes.
All right, Queen. Talk to you soon.
I know. Bye-bye. Everybody, I tell you that with Hazem, I love him ever since I met him when I first got here.
Yes.
He is I think he's so smart. I just think he's so smart. Yeah, and the fact of it is, he's selfless.
Yes.
He's not selfish at all. He's selfless.
Yes.
That's what I love. And see, even what you're doing, I have to pin that on you, that you are selfless, because if you were selfish, then therefore everything wouldn't be happening like it is, because it would be all about you.
Right. Yeah.
And that it can't work that way.
Has nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
It's bigger than me.
Exactly. But you see, I think that when God allows us to go through certain things in our lives, we've all dealt with things, we never know the plan, as the Bible teaches, and that He knew what He had for me before I even came out of my mother's womb.
That is correct.
So therefore, we've got to be able to stay focused, because I think when we do what we have to do, and if you're thinking about even with the young people, we're painting a pathway for them. And I agree with Hazem there, that I want our young people to learn how to have something of their own.
Yes.
Build something of your own that you don't have to rely on anybody but you.
You
understand what I'm saying?
That is correct.
So therefore, and I am so transparent when it comes to things such as this, as it is in our world today. And I'll say this, and I'll say it boldly. I don't care what nobody says. I'm not going back. Whatever I've got to do to help instill in our young people to be the link that we need to make this our ways, and nobody can take away from us what is God given.
That is correct.
I get so emotional when I talk about this, Cadillac.
Right.
I'm glad another call came in, because when I get
you was finna be on a road then. I can tell you was finna go there. I
ain't gonna go there.
I'm with you, but I feel what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying.
I'm with it. I get it.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is Cheryl Howard. How are you?
Hey, Cheryl.
Hey, I just wanted to say I'm very proud that you have Cadillac on there this morning. He's a personal friend of Keith and ours, and I just wanted to tell him that I was proud of him, because when I first moved back home, I was telling Keith, coming from D.C., I didn't see a lot of black people doing black things here, and for him to bring the concerts and all of the Summerfest and everything that he was doing, I was very proud of him, and we know him on a personal level, and I just wanted to tell him thank you. And thank you also. I found out where you were. I was listening to you on the radio, and then all of a sudden I didn't hear you.
Right.
Just wanted to say that I'm glad that I found you, and I was off today, and I was switching the channels, and I saw your show, so I just wanted to say I'm proud of both of you and Cadillac.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you.
All right.
I know.
Have
Bye-bye.
a good day.
You too.
Cadillac.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
And see, that's the same thing when I say that when I told you how long I've been in this business. But you see, where God has a plan. If you trust Him, know He's got something bigger for you.
He got you.
He got you. And even with Cheryl, I never thought I'd be doing anything like this.
Right.
But God had a plan. And I can say, hallelujah, that this has worked out even better, because the restraints are not on me. that can hold me back that was holding me there.
Right.
I can take this and build a better platform for our community than I did there.
Right.
Without anyone holding me.
you back.
Because you can't say this or
No, you can't say that.
You can't say that. You can't say this.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to the truth, that's why this show, and I thank the owners of this, that they wanted this. And I'd like to share this with you as well. This was talked about 6 years ago.
Wow.
5 years ago. But God had his own timing to bring it to fruition.
That is correct.
So that it can be what it is today. And I tell you, I thank God that the gift he gave me, he's allowing me to use that gift to help with our community in a level now that's even bigger than I thought I had.
Yes, and this is a perfect platform for what you need to do.
Yes.
You know, when you have a captured audience like this, you can't ask for any more.
No.
You know, when God puts you in that position to be able to explain to the people what you need to explain to
exactly.
them.
You said
just
it.
Give them the truth. Tell it like a TIS.
Tell it like a TIS.
That is correct. Don't sugarcoat it. Just lay it out there. You ain't gonna make everybody happy.
No.
You just need to tell the truth about what you're talking about and
that's
make people
right.
understand that.
And that's what we're doing. And that's why you're such a great guest today. Because that's. But look, we got to go to break. Okay. Now, if you've got something you would like to say to Cadillac, I appreciate those who are calling. Please call up and let them know. 850-432-7768. That's the number you can call or text. And we're going to go take a break, and then we're going to do one of our Black History spots. I love our children. I went back and I found our children to do the commercials for Black History.
Wow.
Stay close right here on Sunshine's Corner. This Black History Note is being brought to you by Wildcat Soaps and Candles.
Kamala Harris was the first Black woman elected Attorney General of California. This she was the first Black woman elected to be a senator for the Golden State and only the second Black woman in history of the Senate. Now she is the first Black and Asian American woman to be elected Vice President of the United States.
This Black History Note has been brought to you by Wildcat Soaps and Candles.
Welcome to Little John's Big and Tall, where tall men and big men go for style, fit, and comfort. We offer a wide variety of styles and unique brands that service all sizes from large to 14X, as well as tall sizes from large tall to 6X tall. Our knowledgeable staff are here to make sure you have a stress-free experience and answer any of your questions. Little John's has been named Best of Pensacola and Best of the Bay for 4 years in a row. Visit Little John's at 5700 North Davis or visit us online at littlejohnsbigandtall.com.
It's time to find a health plan that can keep up with your life. A plan that makes getting care convenient, with doctors around the corner.
I can get used to that.
Plus, 24/7 access to care. Plans that keep more money in your pocket, with plan payments as low as $0.
$0. Looks good to me.
Let's find your health solution. Speak to a dedicated Florida Blue agent today. Call 1-850-393-7036 to learn more.
From wanting the perfect dress for the most important day of your life to simply wanting to look your best, let 2 Times a Lady be your saving grace. Whether you're looking for an elegant A-line gown or a trendy cocktail dress, our expert staff will help you find the perfect fit. 2 Times a Lady has been dressing ladies in Pensacola since 1983. Call us at 850-474-3778 or stop by the store at 2755 East Olive Road. We can help you find the ideal dress for your event.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference, and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quint Studer, and I am Blab TV.
And welcome back to Sunshine's Corner on this Wednesday edition. I tell you, I have my good friend, long-time acquaintance for a long time. Even when I first moved here, when I got to meet him through his lovely wife, rest her soul. We got a text message for you.
Okay.
It says, I agree. Kudos to Cadillac. There is so much Black history in Pensacola. We as a people need to come together and not look to other races to be our savior. Let us step out on faith and make a difference. Music is only a part. There is so much more to unfold. Cadillac, you are more than a vessel because of your obedience.
Wow.
That's a mouthful right there within itself.
That's touching.
Well, you just said what you said. You're being obedient for what Christ has for you to do. If you would take the focus off Christ and put it on yourself, then you've lost the vision.
You cannot forget where your dreams came from.
Exactly.
Every person that's living in the world has a gift.
Exactly. Come on, say it.
That you didn't create that gift.
No.
Okay. You didn't come up with the inspiration. The Spirit gave you that gift. That came from God. So if you get all caught up into yourself, right, that I'm the man, I'm the one who did this, and you forget about
you better say it.
The Father, then the same people that you see go up,
you see them come
the
down.
same people that you see come down.
I'm here to tell you.
You got to give your props to the Creator.
Amen.
Because
you never know.
That's
you can mess yourself up.
You can mess yourself up.
Now let's talk about something else. We've talked an hour. We got 5 minutes.
We talked an hour.
Man, please. I told you, get Cadillac started, man. Shoot. Let's talk about this one. Who all going to be at the show, Cadillac?
To make it quick, first of all, on the all-white party, which is that Thursday night, which is September the 18th,
right?
You got Jeanette Harris, Blake Arrington, and you have Brian Simpson.
Right.
Now, those 3 days outside of the park.
The next one,
that's going to be Adam Hawley, Alex Bouillon, Jeff Lobert, Patrick Lamb, Down to the Bone, Gerald Albright, Nathan Mitchell, Peter White, Rob Zinn, Dominique Hammond, Najee, Spiral Jotto, Jonathan Butler, Kurt Whelan, and Mindy Abear. So now's the time. If you come into this jazz festival, trust me, now's the time to go down to Pensacola Bay Center. If you live in Pensacola, go down to the Pensacola Bay Center.
Look, I got a question for you. We go to Pensacola Bay Center to get your ticket. I want some of these people. I'm asking them live. I want to get them on my show. You know.
Yeah, that is really workable.
Remember
you interviewed. You know, I done had Gerald Albright before, and you interviewed him.
I interviewed him.
That's right.
But this time we're gonna do it on TV.
Yes. Okay.
We're gonna do it on TV, and see, he can come in and sit with me if he want when I'm talking to his people. But you know, I want Najee. Oh man.
Cause Najee probably gonna get in here. I got Najee I think Najee playing on September the 21st. So normally Najee probably will get into Pensacola that Friday.
Get out of here.
Well, they always come a day earlier because they have to do sound check and all this other stuff that they have to do.
Okay, you said we had a phone call, but I think that phone call hung up. I hear it ringing again now. Okay, we had another phone call.
Wow.
And look, I have such a loyal viewership. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, if they need to know anything else about this, since I know we
okay,
I
hear the phone ringing now.
They can call me.
Okay, they're calling you right now. Hold on, we got a call right now.
Okay.
Somebody want to talk to you right now, Cadillac. Okay, good morning.
Good morning, Sonshine. I know you're short on time again. Cadillac, I know you work down in the historical village. My wife and I own that boutique that was down there in the village by Pensacola Bay Brewery. You had a deal at Scopolo's, and I don't know who you had down there, but I brought my wife and another couple from out of town, and they had run out of seats. And when you saw me, you went and got a table and chairs for my party. The respect that you showed me, man, I never forgot that. And I put you on the master's list. You're on my prayer list.
Well, thank you.
Everything that you do, I energize the prayers that we all have together for your success, brother.
And I really
I know your history.
Yes.
Exactly.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Kingdom
Supernatural
Walker.
blessings on you, Cadillac.
Thank you, brother.
Bye, love. All right, everybody, I see, but you see, this is what I love about one thing I will say about our community. When it comes to, this is a praying city.
Yes.
You hear me? I appreciate that. And I want to say this because we have some loyal people here. And when I speak of that loyalty, you can say for yourself, look at how many repeats that you have coming back to the show.
Yes.
Therefore, that also speaks volumes right there that they are coming back to be a part of the show. And everybody that's there, tell somebody about what's coming up. Share the word. Yes. Now, Cadillac, we got 3 minutes.
Yeah, so if
I'm gonna
there's
give
any
you
more,
one.
Okay, if there's any more information anybody need, you can reach me at 850-393-3028. And the reason I'm giving you that number is all over America.
There
Just
you go.
don't call me at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. That's 850-393-3028. If you want to get your tickets to the All White Party, call at 850-393-3028. You want to come to the Jazz Festival, make sure you go down to Pensacola Bay Center, because there's $150 discount tickets going to be over soon. Go get your tickets while you can for this thing, because this thing will sell out. It does that every year. So come holler at me. I got you. I appreciate your support. I love y'all, because without you, it wouldn't be no me. So that's all I got to say.
Come on now. Look at Cadillac. He did it, y'all. But I got to say this, Cadillac. We appreciate the fact, and thank you for coming in with us today to talk about.
I enjoyed this.
Look, you see, I told you it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
And and look at what we did. I mean, look at the people that here that are in support of you.
Yes.
And there are so many people that watch this show. When I see this, Sunshine, I hear you say call, but I ain't calling.
Yeah.
But they support the fact that they're giving you your props. Hassan, who Hassan don't ever call, but he watches every day. But he called to give you your props, to see the example that you're leaving for others. Ladies and gentlemen, we're down to our last minute. It's time for us to get out of here. But I want to encourage you to please remember, this is an annual event. It comes up every single year.
Year number 9.
That's right. If you would like to be a vendor there, if you would like to be a part of this show, call Ernestine, call Cadillac. He will give you that number so you can get your spot reserved. But the fact of it is, he's doing something that paints a picture for our youth in the community that they can too stand alone and be that success for themselves. I've got to get out of here, but I want to leave you as I do every day. Never, ever, ever lose your focus. Always remember, if you keep God first in what you do, I'll guarantee you this, you're going to be a total success. So until tomorrow at 9 o'clock, we are going to have the relative of Chappie James right here on Sunshine's Corner. Know that I love you, friends, with a perfect kind of love. Keep shining while I'm gone. Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.